Exclusive. Carreno-Busta on Davis Cup success with Spain, beating Djokovic and Alcaraz. Pablo Carreno-Busta is one of Spain's leading tennis players. He won an Olympic bronze in Tokyo in 2021 after defeating Novak Djokovic, was runner-up in the Davis Cup in November 2025, and won the competition with his nation in Madrid in 1919. He also reached the semi-finals of the US Open in 2017 and 2020. Last week, he was competing at the ATP Challenger 100 tournament in Alicante, where on Saturday he reached the final after beating Austria's Sebastian Ofner in 3 sets. Then on Sunday, he lost 6-4, 6-2 to another Spaniard, Pablo Llamas Ruiz, in the tournament decider. Flash Score's David Olivares caught up with Pablo Carreno-Busta ahead of the final in Alicante to discuss his goals for the season, the Davis Cup, beating Djokovic, and of course, Carlos Alcaraz. How important is this tournament in Alicante for the rest of the clay season? It's a bit of a warm-up for what's coming, ending with Roland Garros, but also Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Madrid, Rome. Yes, it's very important, obviously, because besides serving as a bit of a warm-up for the ATP clay swing, for me it was crucial for qualifying for Roland Garros. Before Murcia, I think I was ranked somewhere around 120 in the world, and I needed to win one of these tournaments to get close to qualifying. Having won in Murcia and now reaching the final in Alicante, I've pretty much secured it, so I'll be able to play more relaxed, I suppose. And after these 2 weeks, I'm feeling good heading into the clay season. What's your plan for the coming weeks? You were signed up for Bucharest, but I think you've decided to withdraw, is that right? Yes, I was entered in Bucharest, but I've withdrawn because I'm already pushing my physical limits. Mentally, I'm also a bit drained, and there's still a lot of the clay swing ahead, so I'll take my name off the list and rest. And for the season as a whole, what are your goals? Well, the goal is to try to get back into the top 100 so I can play on the ATP Tour. These past 2 weeks, I've played challengers because I needed the points, but hopefully these will be the last ones I play all year. Not because I'm not happy here, but because, in the end, the bigger tournaments have more points and more prize money, and that's where you want to be. So hopefully I can get back there. Let's look back at last season. We still have the Davis Cup finals fresh in our minds, and you had a great tournament with Spain. You were champions in 2019 in Madrid, but in 2025 you played a much bigger role. How do you remember that big win over Jan-Lennard Struff in the semifinals last year? Yes, I think last year's Davis Cup for Spain was a bit, how to put it. It's a very tough competition to play. From the very first tie in Switzerland, which I couldn't play but my teammates pulled through. Then we played in Marbella, where everything was against us, and we came back with an epic win by Pedro Martinez over Holger Rune. Then in the final stages, with Carlos dropping out at the last minute, it seemed like people had lost faith, like we weren't going to be able to do anything. But in the end, Jaume, Marcel, Pedro in doubles, and myself, we gave it everything. We enjoyed it a lot. We were close in the final to forcing a third match, with Jaume coming very, very close. And then, in a deciding doubles, anything could have happened with Marcel, who's the world #1 in that. So I think the fans enjoyed it a lot, just like we did, and that's the beauty of this competition.